It's got to be a parody of it.
What the hell, boy?
I mean, it's not presented.
No.
It's in people and pop
No,
culture.
there's no way it's real. There's no way it's actually that ESN.
They've actually not, no joke, they really sent me the fucking Monopoly. They sent me the motherfucking esports Monopoly. The shit one that doesn't have any players in. You're just doing Dreammark Opens and that. And then, by the way, so lazy, didn't even change that, free parking and stuff to anything to esports. It's just free parking still. That doesn't even make sense. We live in the 21st century. They actually sent it. Like, they really thought, because here's the problem, Richard, like I say, they're going to go, all the fans are going to go, see Thorin. Obviously, they saw the episode and they thought, well, it's a good joke. No, I guarantee you, in their brain, this is what they thought. They thought, Thorin's the esports historian. He might want to one day put that in some kind of a museum or something. Like, that's the level.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Listen, maybe I'm pushing it a bit too far now. But
you are.
I think they thought I was going to do some sort of Canton-esque, like, you're in the NFL.
You are going full cycle with that, mate. Like, listen.
Mate, I can't believe I even fucking went to pick this package up. The package has arrived for you, and I've opened that like, is this a fucking joke? Why am I wasting time with this? This is stupid, isn't it?
Just while we're doing classic by the numbers headlines, we'll just skirt over this one. I saw the headline come up on HLTV. Fox to take break from competition. Like, man alive. You've been taking a break from competition for the past 4 years, haven't you? Like, where the fuck? What are you still doing? One of the things I'll also add is Dennis is quite a remarkable player in the sense that he achieved meme status even to having his own subreddit, the Dennis, where the sort of joke is that he's the greatest CS player to have ever lived. It's just weird. It's just one of those things. But it is the end of an era. Him and Spiddy have obviously played together for a long time. I mean, you're not going to have any documentaries made about them probably, but they are one of the greatest Counterstrike global offensive duos of all time, Thorin.
This is what I am. I actually would, unironically, Richard, go through all those years where he was asking me in bars, like, how do I improve? Like, why are you calling me shit? Well, like, because I have eyes, you daft cunt. What do you think? You think I invent? Is this a conspiracy? Do I control the Matrix and make the bullets miss? So the idea, right, he's going to be all in that. And I'm like, listen, look, I'll tell you your shit, but I'm not going to wait. I'm not fucking Mr. Miyagi. I'm not going to teach you how to be good at the game, you can't. Like, there's already people who can take your spot. So the idea, I'm going to ignore that. But I would actually, unironically, if I had the budget tomorrow, I would rock up. Not tell them it's a mockumentary, but I would make a mockumentary about Dennis and Spiddy, and I'd pretend like it was legit, like they had amazing career. Like, what was the first
interview Forrest and Get Right and go like that was the duo we always aspired to be, things like that. Oh, you could Spinal Tap into the fucking max, like
amazing, wouldn't it? I'd love that shit.
And also, just for PTR. Legendary guy. Yeah, I think it's the time. But I mean, I will add, I think you went out on a relative high. I know you're fucking, mate, you're just fucking a contact high.
It's been the time for about the last 7 years. What are you talking about? Dude, the one good game everyone remembers against fucking LDLC at the MLG X Games Aspen was in January of 2015. It's fucking the summer of 2021. This guy is ridiculous. That would be like if fucking Bo Jackson, it turned out, was still playing now in the CFL. He goes, you know what, I'm done with American football. Like, were you even playing for the last 20, 30 years? What?
I'll say this. I think the timing. The reason I'm saying the timing is right, and it's the time, is because he has gone out.
2015 anymore. Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, that and he has gone out on a relative high because obviously, no, he has. He got to the RMR. He got to the RMR.
Right, I see what you mean. Okay, fair.
That Bad News Bears team, they weren't.
I guess everything is relative. That is a high.
Yeah.
I guess sure.
But anyway, I got for some reason YouTube started recommending me spider videos, and I watched one, and it was this fucking video of this spider, right? Basically, like this guy had fucked it right up, and he's meant to be an expert, right? The whole point of when the man mates with the woman tarantula, this particular type of tarantula is. They have to do this like hypnotic dance is mental. Like they have to do like the Batman dance from fucking Adam West, right? Hypnotize it so it doesn't really know what's going on. They have to get in, inject the sperm, and then they need to run away. Because if the hypnosis wears off, the fucking spider will just kill it. Because it'll be like, what's going on here then? I'll just fucking eat you. It's better to have a meal, right? So this fella just he locked it in. He locked it in.
It's just like saw. Would you like to play a game?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, do you want to play a game? No, I don't. I don't like. No, you're right. I don't like it.
So reasonable.
So even I'm not a spider handler. But even I know that they have to be able to get away. And what he did is he just closed the door and was just like going, like, oh well, yep, you can see there. She's took it, and well, we'll wait and see. We'll know in a few minutes. Get him out! Get him out! Mission. He's there. He's like Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible. Like toast. Now get me out, Ving Rhames. Get me out. There's another boomer reference for you for movies. But he didn't. He just locked him in, and then he came back and he went. Sadly, and he was like acting all bored about you, mad cunt. You did it on purpose. I know you did. Right, here's what I've always thought. We do it like, by the numbers on the road. And we like turn up to like small shit bars in like Chiswick. And it's like 20 people who know who we are in the front row. Like, yeah. And we just tell the same anecdotes we've told 100 times. And they all just sit there and wait for you to say, here's the thing. And they get all excited.
Round of applause immediately after.
Yeah, he said the line.
Everyone gets all emotional during that part because it's 10 years from now where we all do the 1 pint salute to Sam, who's been dead about 5 years. If
he did say he wanted to be like John Belushi, he did die after that 8 ball. Robert De Niro was at the party. It was exactly that. But by the time it made it to Reddit, the thread had become titled MSL, AZ, Yugi, Tensky, and Fessor are teaming up to create a new Danish super team. Now, if you go into the Reddit,
which word doesn't belong in that sentence? I know.
For me, I've never when a curry is too spicy, it's those stupid challenge curries, which are a disgrace to all of Indian cuisine and Indian chefs for hundreds of years.
They make in the UK, basically.
So I'll give you an example, because I did one when I was young and thought I was hard or whatever, So I went up to Big Market in Newcastle. I used to live in Newcastle, but this is when I was in Borough, so I had to travel up. And they have in Big Market, I don't know if it's still there, but they have something called the Rupali restaurant. And it was famous for having the hottest curry in the world, called Curry Hell. It was so hot, if you could eat it all, free, and you get a T-shirt.
Which, by the way, if they're in Newcastle, that means that you just die if you eat it. Like, there's no way to give away free shit. Like, there's no way. Yeah,
exactly, right? So anyway, on my
the story's going.
On my which birthday was it? Might have been my 18th. I don't even know. I can't remember. It was a birthday. My mates took me up there and said, right, we'll buy you a meal, and where do you want to go? And I said, well, I'll tell you what we'll do for the banter. We'll go to the Rupali and we'll have that fucking curry hell, right? And immediately all the other diners, hey, you know what it's like, right? Hey, someone take heads, get have the hot curry. And they're all looking and watching you like it's on a big scene, big palaver, right? They fucking come down, they drop it down. And it's...
I bet when they were doing that, when like sort of the whispers, I bet you did have a vibe almost like you were like a boxer coming out like,
I was a daft cunt, obviously. And I was
vibing as like a motherfucker. Come on.
I was like, watch this, boys. Like, so anyway, immediately I could tell just by smelling it, and it's just brown slop with just heat in it. That's all it is. It's just brown slop. There's no artistry or balancing of flavors. This is why I hate the challenge curries. Like Man versus Food does a lot of these. They're an insult to the craft. It's basically like you just take ghost chilies and naga chilies, and you and the standard brown base of the curry sauce. It's just the base sauce. It's got nothing else in it. It's just the base sauce they use in restaurants, and you just overload it with stuff that literally it's the same as eating like a can of fucking mace. It's pepper spray. It's hotter than pepper spray. It does worse things to you than pepper spray, and you're putting it inside your body. So you can imagine, can't you? So this is how you know it's really bad. Before I'd even had the first taste, I started hiccuping. I had the reflex going just off the smell of the spice. And so I've gone in, and the only way to eat a dish like this is you have to attack it. You have to attack it.
Keep going.
If you take a break, you've lost. And so I've fucking nailed this, like like a fucking dog eating hot chips. Like eyes pissing, like they've sealed shut, like I'm having like probably like the start of anaphylaxis. Like people are looking at me going, Richie, you all right? Red-faced moron, red-faced British moron, you know, supping down gassy lager while I'm hiccuping, trying not to vomit on myself because this stuff's so fucking outrageous. Like a meal where you're trying not to vomit at the table is not a good fucking time, right? So I fucked up my own birthday by eating this. My stomach was in agony, right? I can't stop hiccuping. I fucking stink because whatever is in that, so it's sweating, it's coming out of my pores already. So even if I'd gone to fucking Blue Bamboo or something, now then, lass, you want to fucking, have you been necking turds? I wouldn't have pulled. Like, I'm fucked, aren't I? So I've just gone home, right? And then the like you said, mate, the next day was the problem.
My God.
No, it was, I was shitting white hot razor blades is the only way I can describe it, mate. And the problem was my bowel had gone into like a spasm just because of the fucking, it was like, what's this nonsense? So, do you know when you vomit, you get the cramps and you just can't stop it coming out? Yeah. Now imagine your arsehole doing that. Imagine vomiting, the reflex for vomiting out your arse. That's what was happening. And it was hot and spicy.
Right now, I know. Like,
I know. People ask, like, you ask the questions, you get the story.
Well, just imagine them up in the street. It's like, imagine the reflex when you're being sitting, that's your arsehole. Just
yeah, I know, right? So, anyway, apparently he's dead now, the owner. Sad. He got me before he went, I'll tell you that. Reykjavik on Steam. Now that Danny from the hit YouTube channel Rate My Takeaways started moving as far afield to locations such as Camden Market, is there a chance he might be able to build enough influence to become a title sponsor of the Overwatch League? Have you seen this guy, by the way, Duncan? He's a fat man from Leeds. And what he does is he rates takeaways.
Inherently, that's not a bad idea. It's just I'm going to guess he's like some fucking ridiculous character, like some moron or something, is he?
You've put me on the spot here because he's really well liked. Because there's a tragic story, you see, Duncan. So his wife passed away, and that's why he's sort of doing it, like, you know, I guess fill the hours or whatever. And it's blown up because he's a likable guy. You know, he's just a down-to-earth, fat, working-class man from Leeds who just...
So this is like a shit version of the show Afterlife that Ricky Gervais did, but he just reviews takeaways instead of just works at that paper or something.
Yeah. Now...
With more compassion put into my explanation.
Yeah. But, like, I'll also be honest, unfortunately, there is a formulaic component to his content. The
problem is, if you say he's a fat mess, I could imagine it's so underwhelming. Like, I imagine he just goes, and I'm going to be reviewing this. Oh, his chips are great. It's like, yeah, but they're always are, mate, for you, you fucking fat cunt. Put it down. Like,
no, that's the point.
It's everything a 9 out of 10, I'm guessing. I was hungry, so fucking...
I've seen him do one bad review.
Oh, right? Come on. God, at least, if you're a critic, most of them have to be semi-bad, don't they? It's the whole point.
I know, and this is the thing. Unfortunately, he's because he's an affable guy. He's an affable guy, so he does his video. He goes, "Now then, guys," and starts every video. He starts every video, and he goes, "Now then, guys, how are you doing back on road again? And this time, I'm driving down to Bristol because to fight a seagull for a chip in a dustbin." Like he's like, and he says where he's gonna go, and then he goes, and he puts his chair and table outside, you know, in the street. And because he's blowing up on YouTube now, people are literally taking selfies with him. I'm trying to do the like, who wants a selfie of the Rate My Takeaway guy? Like, what you doing with that? Passing that one down to your kids, are you? But anyway, so he does the review, and then the problem he's got is, which you've immediately identified, everything's good. And he has a very limited vocabulary with which to express.
Let's just mint this.
And so the one time he did a bad review was like, "Now then, guys, back on road again, going up to Edinburgh where I can get a family box of meat for £8 or something," right? And he went up to...
Of course, I know.
Yeah, right, yeah, fucking right? So he goes up to Edinburgh, and it's a box of, like, chicken nuggets, kebab meat, and it's all just lumped into one of them giant pizza boxes, right? Why? And he's... Admit, I've never seen him turn down food, but he bites into this sausage, and it's the classic deep-fried Scottish sausage where it is fucking pink and slimy in the middle. Like, you can't fuck with that shit. And he's gone, "Oh, I'm not going to finish that. I'll be ill. Be ill if I finish that." And then he said, look, I know that he tried to qualify. He goes, I know this is designed to feed family on cheap, but that's not for me. That is, I've got to give that a 7. I think 7 was like the worst.
It's a 7. I know.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
hell. Who's he?
I don't know. I'm making that bit up. I am making that bit up.
Nah, it's probably true though. Probably true, isn't it? I enjoy cocaine responsibly, motherfucker. Listen, kids. Whatever.